Hey, how are you, Dr. John?
I'm all right, brother. How about you, man?
You know what? I am good. Yeah, I just have a question here. I was diagnosed with terminal brain cancer about 10 months ago.
Hold on, slow the roll. Slow the roll.
Uh-huh.
How are you doing? I'm doing good, man. So
I
got brain cancer. Jeez, man.
Yeah, it's been quite the year.
I imagine.
Yeah.
What's your diagnosis?
Yeah. So I have grade 3 astrocoma brain cancer, which is like a rare brain cancer that they discovered by mistake this last summer, kind of in the middle of summer. I had an accident in an ATV, and my head put the windshield out of the ATV, so they thought they better scan my head to make sure I'm okay. And when they did that, all of a sudden they had all kinds of questions about something growing in my head. And
I'm sorry, dude.
From there, they did an MRI, and it was, it's kind of been a interesting year from there. So, yeah.
Oh, it's been the worst year ever, man. Jeez.
I feel like we've been through a lot in the last 5 years, and so this was just something else where it was like, okay, well, now God's helping us deal with this. So, so it's been.
I don't know, man.
I
don't mind God asking me to deal with stuff. I would prefer that, not that one, right? Jeez.
Yeah. It wasn't something we saw coming for sure. So it was.
All right, so take me here, okay?
But
you got kids?
Yes. Yeah, I have 3 kids. So I have a boy and 2 girls. So
How old are
my
they?
son is 16, my daughter's 14, and my youngest daughter is 11.
Jeez,
so
man.
yeah.
How long you been married?
So yeah, and it'll be 19 years this September.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
And then what kind of timetable they give you?
5 to 7 years is what they've given me.
Okay.
So yeah, they ended up doing an emergency surgery November the 5th and removed. They were able to get the tumor, but the trouble is this brain cancer just keeps growing. So it's
it just pops up.
Getting the tumor out.
Yeah, it depends on where the next one pops up, right? Yeah. God, it's like
exactly. And so yeah, I mean they said kind of best case scenario medically is 5 to 7 years. So we Thankfully, we had life insurance and everything in place already, so I'm grateful for that. But yeah, it's just been a lot, though. I guess more so on the side of the family has been a lot. I feel like honestly, I almost have the easy part of this, and it's tougher for my family, I think, to look at how this looks in that 5 to 7 years, and so that's.
So take me to your wife's asleep.
There.
Take me to your wife's asleep, and your kids are in bed. And you're on the couch and the TV is off and you're sitting there in the dark. Because, dude, I admire you. I lost a close friend to this. Okay. And I've been, I peripherally been down the road, and one of my closest, he's a brother, one of my closest friends on planet Earth lost his wife to this. And it's most people that I know, especially those who are diagnosed with terminal cancer, get stuck in the position of having to make sure everybody around them is okay. But I'll cherish some private conversations I had with her that, like, if she lets herself truly absorb it, it's a nightmare. Scary. So take me to the dark.
I feel like, I feel like for me, where I'm a Christian, so it's like I actually don't have fear of death at all. So that's not, like I can say it, my wife and I both, as we've talked this through, it's like neither of us are mad at God at all. Honestly, it's like we live in a fallen world, and I'm not shocked at why I can't get cancer just like anybody else. So there's nothing there that is that I hold against God. But I think the bigger thing that I look at that I struggle with is just looking at my kids as we have a few family friends that have lost husbands while their kids are still younger, and it's just watching their families, what they went through in that, I guess that's where my struggle is just going like, how do I set them up for success even when I might not be here, right? So, and even my wife, and it's like we've been completely open with the kids on everything. Like we haven't hidden anything from them because they're too smart to ignore that something is going on. But and they've each been processing in different ways. Like we're definitely watching them process in different ways, and yet I think that they are all, I would say, in a good position in terms of just where they're. I think they're coping as well as they can, I guess I could say. But yeah, it's so for me that I guess that's more where my heart has been, is just like wanting to know, like, how can I best finish my time on earth in a way that blesses them. And it's like we run a ministry here, and it's been my board and team have been amazing backing us, but part of this too, I think, is also going like, how long do I stay in that? And how long do I stay in that? And when does the point come where it's like, okay, it's time for me to take a step back from that and just focus on family. So that's kind of where things are at.
Man, you're a special guy, dude. For what it's worth, I'm mad at God on your behalf because you're one of the good guys. And guys like you aren't supposed to get brain cancer and have to leave their kids, before they leave the house, right? And you don't have to. I told a buddy recently who just lost another close friend of mine just lost his wife. I said, he's one of the most kindest guys in the world. And I said, well, I'm going to say a bunch of expletives in my prayers on your behalf then. He started laughing. He goes, well, you get to do that. You can take that up with God yourself. But on behalf, man, you're a special man, dude. I guess the three things that are popping in my head right now is this. One is, okay, I'm going to reverse engineer this for you, okay? Anytime I sit down with somebody who has a timeline, and you got a 5 to 7 year, okay? So you and I both know that could be 2.5 years or that could be 8, right?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yep.
And with your particular cancer, it's a whack-a-mole cancer. The next time it pops up could be at where a part of your brain that runs your heart and lungs, and that's it, right? Or the next place it pops up is somewhere rather benign, and you got another year to go. You get them. So you get just the God, dude, the cosmic sick joke this particular cancer is, I think. So I'm gonna reverse engineer it for you, and then tell you the 3 words that are in my head. Okay. What most people that I sit down with have the intellectual understanding, but the emotional understanding. They lack an emotional understanding that when somebody says 5, let's say it's 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
At year 4, things are pretty rough. And then things fall fast.
Yeah.
Meaning the last 3 months of year 5 are real tough.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And so I think there's this understanding that, I'll cross this finish line here, and I want to move up your finish line a little bit. Okay?
Okay.
And so the words in my head are blessing, time, and making sure your kids aren't carrying this, / they get to carry part of this. Okay. So I'll start with the blessing part. Whether you can do a video journal or that just becomes a thing that you leave them, or which I think in this modern era would be kind of rad, or a letter of some sort, making sure that they have documentation of you giving them your blessing. And there's something about a father's blessing for both their daughters and their sons it's a puzzle piece into a soul. It's a puzzle piece into a heart. And I'm firmly convinced that all the single parent homes we have all over the world, and and the absentee fathers, I think we're walking around with a wounded culture because there's so many folks who don't have their dad's blessing. And many dads don't say, hey, I want you to know you have my blessing on the life you're living, but they may change the oil. They may do a side hug. It's not enough. There's got to be a passing of, you have my blessing. Here's what I see in you. Right. And so if you can do a video of that or recording of that, and you do a video of once a month or once a year, there's going to be some sort of catalog that your kids can go back to, a cornerstone they can touch as they get older. Right. And maybe you can do a funny one and I don't know, run down the 15 questions, make a video for their future spouse one day. And I mean, just some you sound like a guy that's got like I do, just a left of center, like a twisted sense of humor about all this. And so, man, if you did that, that'd be hilarious, man. That could be fun. The second one is time. And that is, I would set up regularly scheduled intervals with each of them.
Okay.
Whether that's a breakfast, whether that's a lunch, whether that's a monthly or a whatever. I want them to feel like I got laser beam time with dad. It may not be as much as I wanted, but when I got it, it was intense. It was just us.
Right. Okay.
And ask them regularly, what are you most scared of right now? What are you most happy about right now? Okay. And you go first. Here's what I'm most scared about. Here's what I'm most happy about.
Okay. Yeah.
And they're going to get a ringside seat, a model for how to grieve well and how to live well, and a lost art in our culture, how to die well.
Yeah. Yep.
We don't have that. And then the last one is, dude, I want them to see you love your wife to the freaking moon and back.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
How's she doing with all this?
It's day to day. Like there's, we weren't sure I'd wake up the same person after brain surgery because of where the tumor was and everything. So, I mean, my memory's not what it used to be, but other than that, I would say I'm generally the same. Just have to sleep more. But yeah, there's been a lot of just scary things through this, I guess, for her, where it was just like she wasn't sure if I'd wake up the same. Kind of had to talk that through with our kids too. Just on we don't know. There's a lot of risk in this. Going through I went through 6 weeks of chemo and radiation together, and then I'm still on chemo for the rest of the year here.
Okay.
But that has an effect as well on me. So just kind of learning some of those things. But I think she's, it's honestly scary at times. We had a, I think like most couples, we always talked about retirement as being a time that we could kind of pick what we got to do together. And all of a sudden that's changed, and it's like, okay, how do we start doing some of that now? And
I love that. And then going back to, I realized I told you there was 3 things, and I gave you 4. I need you to say something out loud for me, okay?
All right.
Say these words for me. You don't have to believe them. I just want you to have said them, okay?
Okay.
I have brain cancer.
I have brain cancer.
And I am not a burden on my family.
And I am not a burden on my family.
Okay. You're a blessing to your family. It sounds like you've modeled what living well looks like. You're modeling in an amazing way what dying well is going to look like. You got life insurance, right? This isn't all just hocus pocus. You've done your wife's isn't going to have to go to work on Monday after your funeral, right?
Right. Okay. Right. Yep.
So you get to be sad. Y'all get to be sad. And here's the 4th thing that I mentioned earlier. I want you to model for your kids, hey, this chemo sucks, this hurts, I'm nervous, I'm scared. And I want you to not let them feel like they've got to keep you propped up. And when they go into caretaker mode, let them, because it's going to be a great gift for them and your wife.
Okay.
It's a both and.
All right.
There will come days when you can't get out of bed and they say, Dad, do you need anything? And I want you to be able to say, you know what I'd love to do? Borrow your nervous system for about 30 minutes. Will you cuddle up on the couch next to me? We can watch The Office reruns or something. It'll give them a job.
Yeah.
And more importantly, that job is like themselves, right? Not like can you get me a glass of water? Sure, anybody can get you a glass of water. But when your daughter walks in and you say, dude, 30 minutes, I need 30 minutes of Susan hugs right now. That's what makes me feel better than any of my medicine. And give her an opportunity to not carry all of it, but carry a little bit of it. Okay?
Okay, sure.
And it takes away a teeny tiny little bit of the powerlessness that all your kids feel right now.
Right.
Or if you give them a job, y'all need to write me a letter once a month. Get on it, kids. Then what you're going to do is you're going to give them an opportunity to process this thing in real time with you. And 10 years from now, 15 years from now, that would be such a blessing. Here's what we don't want them to do. I don't want them to feel crazy for feeling as crazy as they're going to feel.
Right.
I want mom to demonstrate, this is what I'm feeling crazy. I want you to demonstrate I'm feeling crazy. I'm feeling sad. Mom's feeling... And I want you to give words and names to their feelings so that they don't feel insane. And let them do stuff for you.
Okay. Yeah.
Can I just say this, dad to dad? I'm sorry, man.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Yeah. We
what a surreal year.
Did you see this one coming? Yeah. Yep.
And I hate to say it this way,
but
only people who are sitting in your seat understand what I'm about to say is not me being sarcastic or anything. Usually people who are not in your seat will go, oh my gosh, I can't believe you just said that. But I'm only saying this because I've sat with too many people in your situation. Thank God for a car wreck, huh?
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Isn't that wild? Thank God for the ATV wreck. Thank God for the MRI.
Yeah, exactly.
These last 4 years are going to have a lot more laser focus on them, huh?
Absolutely.
Man.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, brother. Hey, listen, you call me anytime over the next, hopefully you got a decade left. And man, if we could keep punting this thing a little bit further down the road, who knows what AI is going to kick up and maybe they'll solve some of this nonsense. But you call me anytime. Your wife call me anytime. Your kids call me anytime. And I'll walk with you any way I can. Okay, brother?
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
All right. Blessings, good man.
All right.
Golly. There are some people you talk to that just are special. And they shine a light for all of us on the art of living well, the art of loving well, and in this man's case, the art of dying well. And man, I hope when my time comes, I have that kind of spirit.